So in today's video, we're going to talk about tips for packing in 2023. Now, if you're an au pair, you are so excited, you are ready to start your journey, but you're also overwhelmed because you're like, yo, where do I even begin to start packing? Now, I'm going to give you tips because some of these I made a mistake not once but twice. When I came the first time as an au pair, and then I forgot, and then when I came the second time as an au pair. So if you're a new au pair or a returning au pair, these tips are definitely gonna help you. Number one, first of all, figure out the climate you're going to. So, for example, if you're coming from South Africa and it's currently winter, research and figure out the area you're going to, if it's gonna be summer, if it's gonna be spring, if it's gonna be fall, because you don't wanna come with all your summer clothes or like majority summer clothes because you're coming from summer and come here and you're out here cold because you're coming into winter. Also remember that the climate's gonna be different. So what may be cold, for example, in South Africa, may be not as cold as in America because the climate is different, and so your coat that worked in South Africa may be too light for America. So that's the first thing. Figure out what season you're coming into. And the reason I'm saying that is because you're gonna maybe need more of those clothes for that season because you are gonna buy clothes when you're here. But in the beginning, you're not going to be buying a lot of clothes because you just got here. You're still trying to get adjusted. You're still trying to learn the stores, what to buy, what not to buy. And so in the beginning, I would say, let's say, for example, you're coming into summer in America, I would bring more shorts and t-shirts because you know that you're going to spend time outside, it's going to be warm, that kind of stuff. And then once you settle, by the time winter comes or fall comes, you probably would have been adjusted. That way you can just buy the stuff you need versus you getting off the plane and now figuring out, oh my gosh, I need shorts and a t-shirt and all those things. So I would highly recommend maybe bringing more of the clothes for that season you're coming into at that moment. The second thing to rub off of you don't want to be looking for stuff is toiletries. Buy enough toiletries. I highly say to people, try to buy for at least 6 months now. Don't buy big sizes, because you'd find also toiletries in your home country may be cheaper than toiletries here. When au pairs always come, for example, from South Africa, and they're like, oh my gosh, why is this so expensive here? Because they're converting also to rands. And then another thing is you're also not driving yet, and so you don't want to be paying for Uber to go to the grocery store and buy stuff. You don't want to be asking your host family to drive you around to go look for stuff, to buy toiletries. And then you must remember that you're still going to learn the toiletries here. So for example, what if they don't have the deodorant you use in your home country here? Now you have to start figuring out which deodorant you like, which one doesn't work. And so I highly say try bring as much as possible. Even if you bring like 3 deodorants, maybe like 2 or 3 body washes, shampoo, conditioner, just like enough to last you until you settled. I highly say between 3 to 6 months. That will just help you get settled. That will give you enough margin that by the time those things get done, you would have known your way around and you'd be able to buy stuff. By then you can also just start looking at products maybe you want to use, maybe you want to try out. You can ask other au pairs. You have au pairs that are friends at that time, and so they can suggest, okay, go buy it here, it's super cheap, or don't buy this or buy that. And so that's just helpful. And with me, when I was in rematch, I had to there was an incident at the airport, and so all my big stuff got thrown away, and I had to go to Colorado, and literally the day I landed, the next morning, I had to go shopping and buy toiletries because I was just like, I need toiletries. And it was so frustrating because that night I used some of my host mom stuff, but the next morning I had to be in the store trying to figure out what I like, what I don't like. Does it smell great? Is it gonna work on my hair? Is it gonna work on my body? And it's just frustrating. So I always say, pack your own toiletries. Pack the stuff you're comfortable with. Try as much as possible to be comfortable with the stuff you pack with, because especially the first month or 2, you're still learning the place and you're still trying to get adjusted. You don't want to be getting lost or feeling frustrated because you don't know, you need something and you don't know what's gonna work or what's not gonna work. I even say bring pads, bring painkillers, I came with a grandpa, I came with Panado, I came with all the things that I know I could possibly need within the first few months, but it helped having them. And even if I didn't use let's say the Panado or the grandpa, whatever, it helped knowing that I have access to it, because it's those small things you don't think of. When you have a headache, you can ask your host mom or whatever, but you're gonna be especially if you're allergic to some medicine, you can be does it have this? Does it have that? I need to go to the pharmacy. Okay, where's the pharmacy? What's this? What's that? It's just I'm trying to avoid all those things the first few months. Once you like settled, you got your car, you're like, okay, I'm feeling like then you can be like, okay, I need this, I need that, I'm gonna buy this from Amazon, I'm gonna buy this from Target, I'm gonna do that, like go ham. But in the beginning or the first few months, few weeks, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Number 3, and this the first time I ever came to America this happened to me, is don't forget to bring a plug converter. So when I got here, I couldn't charge my phone, and at that time I didn't have like the USB ones where you can like just take out and change. Nope, it was connected. I couldn't charge my phone, I couldn't use my hair dryer, I couldn't, what were the other things? I couldn't use my gadgets because all of them came from South Africa. And so when I got here, I didn't even think about it until I got here, and then my phone started dying, and I was like, because I couldn't charge it. I had to ask my host dad at the time to be like, yo, I can't charge my phone, it's about to die, like can you take me to get a converter? Or like, to be honest with you, I didn't even know what I needed. I was just like, I need something to charge my phone, I don't know how. And it's like, oh no, you need a converter. And he took me to the grocery store and we got a converter. I had to pay for it, that whole thing. And so I say try get a converter, try get the universal ones. There's ones like the one I got has like 5 different compartments, so wherever I go to in the world I have a plug for it. Because what happens is you're also going to have layovers sometimes, whether you're going back to South Africa or you coming. Let's say you stop off in Dubai or you stop off in a country that, and you're at the airport and you want to charge your phone, you have that cable. You just like look, and most of them will tell you like what countries it's compatible with. You can just plug your phone in and charge, and it's none of your business. It's not going to interrupt nothing for you. Now if you do have like an iPhone or whatever and it's just a USB and you just have to change the bottom, cool. But then don't forget, if you have a hair dryer, those, and like a ceramic iron, I couldn't use my ceramic iron too. So it's stuff like that where you don't think about it until you're in the situation and you're like, well, this is nice and confusing. But yeah, don't forget your converter plug, because I was just like, oh. Number 4, pack your favorite snacks. Don't bother piling your suitcase with clothes. Like I say this, don't bother piling your suitcase with clothes. I bought the generic things. Like I know everyone's like, you can wear jeans every single wear, but I didn't bring jeans because jeans are bulky, number 1. And then number 2, I was like, I can find jeans. I brought my favorite jeans. Let me just say that. I brought my favorite ones, which were like there were 2 pairs that were ripped or whatever. I was like, I'm not gonna find these. I like the way they fit me. I like that comfortable, that whole thing. But plain black skinny jeans, I didn't bring those. Plain white skinny jeans, I didn't bring those. Like the standard cuts, I was just like, no, I'll get it in the States. And I knew that I was gonna have, like, I had those 2 jeans that I came with, that like the baggy ripped ones. I had those, and then I had like a formal pants, because I was like, I'm not gonna bring those jeans when I can get them here. I was trying to save space, and I bought more of like my favorite snacks, the things I like eating, my curry powder, my aromat. Just those things help, because the first time I packed too much clothes when I first became an au pair, and then the second time I was like, we're not doing this. Now I still did overpack, but I wish I even bought way more less clothes, to be honest with you. I wish I still bought more food, because like I promise you, I brought my tea bags, I brought my what else did I bring? I just brought all my favorite things. I even brought like sunlight green soap. It's just like a bunch of things that I was like, this is gonna make it feel homely, it's gonna feel very South African for me. And so yeah, bring your favorite snacks, your favorite, once again, toiletries, your favorite things that you know that is gonna be hard to find here. And also, let me just tell you this, whether you're from South Africa, Brazil, Canada, wherever you are, international food here is super expensive. And so just be aware of that even if you want to buy something here, you see it online and you're like, oh, I want to buy this, it is pricey. And so I would say, if you have space or you want to choose between jeans and your snacks, bring your snacks, because you can get a pair of jeans again and you can wear them for a long time. Number 5, I think this is number 5. Anyway, bring items that remind you of home. So you have your room, and most au pairs have their own bathrooms. And so I always say, bring like pictures. I have pictures of my nephew, I have pictures of my mom, I have some pictures with my friends, and I stuck them like in different places in my room, in my bathroom. I have like note cards or like little letters from people back home, just to make my room homey. I put a picture with a frame with me, my mom, and my aunt, and it's like by my TV in my room. And so it's like small things just to make my room more homely, more comfortable, more like you want to feel comfortable. And some host families have been doing that. They've been printing pictures of au pairs and their families and putting it in their rooms just so it feels more of their space. And just so like, I don't know how to say it. It gives you that element of like, this is your environment. It's like you creating it and you styling it the way you want to style it. If you have like a specific blanket that you love using at home and your family allows you to bring it, and I'm talking about like a small travel blanket, I'm not talking about a whole big thing, bring it. I feel like bring it. If you have a specific cup that you love to drink tea out of at home, bring that cup. Just like small things to make you feel more comfortable, to remind you of home. You know, like when you're homesick, you can be like, oh, drinking tea out of your like cup from home. Just still feel connected with your family and still feel like, you know, like comfortable, homely feeling. And then lastly, for your carry-on, don't forget that you have to pack travel size liquids. Don't be out here packing big shampoo, conditioners, especially if it's your first time traveling abroad. Don't be packing big shampoo, conditioners, and all these things, because you're going to get to security and they're going to throw all that in the trash, and then your money's going to get wasted and you're going to cry. And then another thing is also, don't forget that you're still coming back, like you're still going back home. Whether you decide to au pair for a year or 2 years, you're still gonna go back home. So make sure you start having space, or leave some space. And this is what I say: take a lot of snacks and toiletries to the country you're gonna au pair in, and then use them. And then when you go back home, you can take more snacks and well, you don't need toiletries to go back home, but you can take enough snacks and souvenirs and all those things in that space, because you are gonna go home after a year or 2 years, and the same amount of suitcases you bring coming in is the same amount you take out, unless you want to pay for more. But I also say that like keep space for souvenirs and for things that you're gonna accumulate over the years, because you're definitely gonna buy stuff. If it's one thing, au pairs are known to spend money, the money we don't have. I actually spoke on a video, I'll put the link on the screen, where I said things au pairs waste money on. But yeah, save space, because you're definitely gonna want to buy stuff when you come home for your family back home, or just gifts for yourself, that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is it. I hope you guys have a fabulous year during your au pair year, and 2023 au pairs, I wish you all the best, and onwards. Shame, every au pair watching this video and onwards, I wish you the best, and I hope your match goes well. Bye.